All right, we're going to take a look at Abby's April 6, 2014 evaluation. She obviously did a lot better in all the categories, and we'll see that in a second. Here's her running half speed, and her form looks pretty good, and we're going to take a look kind of play by play to show you what's right and what's wrong. As she takes off here, she's got a good lean angle. And if you notice her arms, she's driving them back in an L shape, driving them up to her eyes. So all that stuff looks good. Take a look at the middle line. You can see it's dissecting her eyes, which means her head and her stomach or everything are in the right position. Her arms are in L shape, elbows bent straight back, arms are connected to the body. So that all looks, very good. I wouldn't change any of that stuff. She has a tendency to kind of shake her head a little bit and then kind of rock her shoulders back and forth some. But all in all, I mean, the progress that she's made from when she started and now is tremendous. So definitely happy about that. We're going to take it forward a little bit more, and we're going to stop at about 10 yards out. And when we get 10 yards out, we're going to take a look at her legs. And this is one of the main things that Abby has a problem with. In order to run, you get to pick up your legs. She has to have optimal knee drive height. Her knee drive is probably one of the lowest I've ever seen. So she's got kind of like the old man shuffle, where she just kind of picks up her legs just enough off the ground to get them to go forward. So we need to get her to really drive that knee up a lot more. She could be probably another 8 inches to 9 inches more. And that will overnight make her much quicker if we can get her to do that. But that's going to take effort on her part, picking up her legs. Going forward a little bit more. We can't really see everything at the bottom here, but if you see she's striking on the heel of her foot, you might not be able to tell, but I can definitely tell by the way she's running. And if you want us to shoot this over this part here, we can, but she's striking on her heel. She needs to be striking on the ball of her foot, and that's really majority because she's not picking up her knee, so she's not able to really extend, flip her foot down, and really drive forward to get her foot in the right place. So I think all those things stem from the fact that she's not picking up her knees. We're going to go forward here to her vertical jump, which she increased, I believe, an inch, which, in your vertical, it's very hard to increase. It's usually by small increments at a time, but she's using her arms a lot more. She's fully extending, and I thought she did fairly well with that. Obviously, girls don't jump quite as high as guys do, but I think she did good, 10 inches. Her standing broad jump, again, she's using her arms, rocking them forward, and you'll notice as she jumps forward, she drives her arms forward, which is exactly what she's supposed to do, exploding out, and she actually went to 3 foot 10 inches, and I believe that was like a 6 or 7 inch increase over last time. Going forward here, you'll see her lateral speed, and her lateral speed was so much better. She actually didn't need to put her hands down on the ground, which actually slows her down just a little bit, but still she was able to pull out 14 reps. And if you look at her old video versus this one, she was standing straight up, kind of barely even moving. Taking a look at her stats here, push-ups, almost tripled, 45 to 14. Same thing on the sit-ups. One leg squats, again an increase. Plank time went up another minute. Her lateral speed, she was able to pull out 15 more yards laterally in 30 seconds. Her 10-yard and her 20-yard speed were better. Her 40-yard was slower, which means that she just gave up. Didn't have anything to do with her ability. So we might even want her to run that again. Vertical was increasing, as well as the standing broad jump.